All right, folks. Hello, hello. Welcome back to another edition of Live at Drew's House. My name is Drew Moholland. No Sarah today. Sorry about that. She's busy at the other job, her real job, the teaching today. So it'll just be me. But we have with all the hard news stories going on in the world, we actually have kind of a nice show today. We have kind of do a music show, which used to be such a staple of afternoon drive here, but kind of in recent weeks, we've just had so much going on, so many news stories in the world that, we've kind of been sticking to those real serious issues. But today, I'm very happy to bring in a return guest, and they're actually releasing a brand new album, Unnamed Colors. Is the group. So I'm very excited about this. We're going to bring these guys in just a second. We'll play some music, do the whole virtual music thing, which is the way we've been getting our live music for so long. Although some of the places are starting to open up. I'm seeing that music on the patios now, with the restaurants starting to open outside, and looks like some of the live musicians will start to get back to work here. So that is good news. I'm excited about that for the local musicians. And I wish you all a good weekend too. Thursday night, obviously, big going out night. So maybe you're going out to get dinner, go see who's playing around you tonight, and then over the weekend too. Good to see the live music coming back in a real live variety, social distance style still as well, of course. But yeah. So again, hope you're all doing well. Have a great weekend. This is the last show of the week, so I'm going to bring in our band right now. They're ready to go. Unnamed Colors. All right. So Sierra Parkland joins us now, and Andrew Agababy. And hey, guys, how are you? Long time no see.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Good to see you.
Exciting times for the group. The group is Unnamed Colors, of course, and you guys just dropped a brand new album. How exciting is this?
Very exciting. We're super excited to share this music. We've been a band for a long time, and we have lots of music to put out there, and now we have an album to show for it. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but on a personal level, how has quarantine been? I know it's crazy times and it's really tough times on the live musician, especially the live local musician. You guys doing all right?
Yeah, we're good. We miss playing shows in front of an actual live audience rather than in front of a screen. But we're glad that technology exists and we can still, reach out to people and do our thing. But we're looking.
A few of the lives. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to getting back on the stage. But yeah,
we've done a few live streams, and it's it's fine. It's a good way to play and connect and stay active as much as we can. But it's weird. It's not the same.
Is this the room that it happens in right here? It looks like a music room.
It is definitely a music room. Normally, we actually do it out in our living room. There's just more space.
We have birds chattering in our living room, though. So usually that's fine, but we want to isolate sound as much as we could today.
Well, sometimes it might add to it. That might be nice.
Yeah, they're very pretty.
You miss playing live, obviously. You two always enjoy it. What's the whole streaming thing been like? Is it kind of frustrating not having that reaction come back at you?
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing in front of people, you kind of feed off the energy from listeners, and to end a song and kind of just, you have to sort of have faith that people are behind the screen listening, and but I think it's just different, definitely different.
Was it good to have this kind of project of a big album release coming during this? Because that must have kind of kept you busy a little bit, and I know you want to promote it and try to do as much as you can that way. Was that kind of a nice little thing to have in your back pocket?
Yeah, it was good, and luckily all the in-person stuff was out of the way by the time the quarantine hit, so we didn't have to worry about going back in and doing any recording or anything like that. We were in the mixing stage at their final mixing stage at that point, so we could do a lot of it via FaceTime and just on the phone and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that was it was a nice entry to quarantine to be finishing up this great album, and
And so,
right.
So the album was called "Be Where I Am," correct?
Yep.
Who's that? What's the title mean? Who's behind it? Who came up with it?
It's actually the title of one of the tracks on the album, and So the album it's all about connection. There are a lot of themes of connection and empathy and what it means to have a human experience and connect with others and with yourself. So Be Where I Am just seemed to fit.
Can you show the album cover one more time? I want to, Andrew, you had it there, right?
Yep.
Very good. Very simple backdrop. Who comes up with that? I always like to give the artist the credit too.
So I kind of did the overall design of the album. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, how many tracks?
7.
7 tracks. All right. Is that tough deciding like what you want to do, like to find the perfect number? Do you have to leave some stuff off too? I'm sure you have some other songs that like maybe.
Yeah, we left a ton of stuff off. I mean, we have such a big catalog at this point that we, I think we chose a good selection of songs that all work together, and it's not by definition a concept album, but there is definitely an overall theme, and
I think that's what guided the decision for which songs to choose and which songs to leave off too, is kind of fitting it into this overall vision that we had. So.
Is that part fun, or is it like that's kind of like, do we go with that? Do we not? It's kind of frustrating. Was that making the right decision? Like, do you enjoy that part of it, or is it kind of an annoying part of the process?
This was a pretty easy process. Like obviously they're all of these songs are our babies, and we love them all, but for our first album, it was actually surprisingly easy to put together a collection of 7 songs that we said like, yeah, this start to finish runs really well, and kind of gets across what we want to get across.
When did you make the decision to actually say, you know what, though, we're going to do this next project of ours is going to be an album. We're going to have a very, we're going to pick our 7 songs or however many it is. We're going to pick our songs and we're going to come up with an album, because you can get kind of lost in touring land and playing live, and we'll just keep releasing new songs as we go out and play. What led you to the decision to actually come up with an album?
I think we'd been playing out for a long time, and we had a lot of live videos and things like that, but we wanted to create something cohesive that really expressed what we were about and a message that we wanted to get across. So it really just made sense as a next step to put together that finished product.
Makes sense a lot. Do you guys want to play something from it, or?
Yeah.
Not that you've done enough virtual streaming in your life these days, but
old hat now.
Yeah.
This is Unnamed Colors here on Afternoon Drive. Again, we're joined by Sierra Parkland and Andrew Agababian, return guests on the show. I have not seen them in a while ago, and now they are releasing a new album here. And this one's off the new album?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. This one's called Come and Go.
All right, take it away, guys.
Never seen a love so crazy, but I want it for my own. Lived a life that got lazy, and I let the curtain fall. Hold me tighter than you need to, in the grace of sabotage. I'm feeling empty, but the space is clawing at my walls. But I'll always come and go as I please. I knew the moment that I met you, I should throw my balance up. I tried to fight it, but I let you make sand out of my walls. I'll play the role of another fool, because a hero wrestles with catharsis, and I'm living for the loss. But I'll always come and go as I please. another. You can leave me on the other side of my own barrier to find my way back home. You let me down. Who needs me now? I've come around, full circle, and now never seen love so crazy that I want it for my own. I close the curtain and I'll watch you come and go.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Very nice. See, now you get some audience reaction. It's been a little while, right?
Yeah, it's great. We're gonna hire you.
Actually, I've said this pretty much to the first musician we had on for this at-home edition of my show was a guy named Ryan Montbleu, and he told me it's weird actually hearing the one or two applause. It even was like his girlfriend was giving him an applause one day, and he said, it kind of reminds me of a sad bar, which I didn't really like that idea either. I said, you know what, don't even worry about the clapping. But very nice. You have that, man, that sounded great. You got the stream thing down. Very good.
Thank you. Yeah, each technology is a new challenge, I think. So this is our first time using Zoom for this.
Right, I know. Has that been part of this too? Like there is an aspect of that, trying to learn all these new things and how to get the music out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a learning experience for sure.
The
to know, we can do this in the future, maybe when we're not quarantined. So
that's true.
Yeah, I've actually been wondering that with the musicians. Do you think you'll actually go to it a little bit more as kind of like just a different way of getting stuff out there? Maybe, I mean, obviously probably not as often because you're going to want to be playing live, but
it'll be interesting to see how the world responds to live streams after all of this is over, and
right.
How accepted that is, and how I don't know if people will watch and tolerate it anymore if they don't have to.
I know people might get burned out on it.
Do you find yourself watching other artists too, or are you just so busy in the world? You do.
I mean, that's the great thing, is that almost every night there's a live stream of somebody we know or somebody famous, or like whatever it is that we can kind of put on the TV and just sit there and hang out.
I'm kind of I have got myself in this kind of musician circle too. So I'm like you. I know so many of these people playing every night. I have something to watch. And one thing I love about the local music community is that everybody seems to like be there for everybody else. Like I see your friends promoting you guys when you're doing something. I see you doing the same for other groups. Like it is kind of a cool community to be a part of, isn't it?
Yeah,
for sure. Absolutely.
So what's the favorite song on the album for each of you guys? Are you able to pick them, or I know you mentioned it's like your kids earlier. Is it their own babies?
Yeah.
Is that...
No, they're like our children. We can't pick favorites.
Okay, no favorites will be picked. All right, I got it. What's
we're both happy about the overall way everything came out. It's as a package, cover to cover. I think it's a really good representation of our sound and our music. So I think that's the favorite, which is
okay.
The favorite is having the album.
Yeah.
All right, you're all very good. Very diplomatic answer. I like it. So we have 7 songs on there. When was the first one written? Is this something that you sat down and said, let's write an album? Or did you kind of pick one from, we're going to start with this one that I wrote 10 years ago or something? How'd that work out?
That's a great question.
That is a good question.
I think the oldest song is from 2010.
That early? No, like 2012, 13, maybe. I don't know. It's yeah, the collection kind of spans. I mean, we started writing together about 10 years ago, and this collection of songs, I think the most recent was written maybe two years ago. Yeah, and then the oldest was yeah, I don't even know, 2012, 2013, something like that.
Okay. So they're all over the last decade. What is that process like when you try to write? Because most of the artists I think we have on, I think in most cases we have a lot of like the solo artists, and it's one person has written something. What's it like doing the collaborative thing? Do you ever like kind of? I'm sure it's not always smooth. I mean, I know you two are very close and seem to get along great, but there have to be moments where you have different ideas.
Yeah, I think that's why this has endured as a writing partnership for so long. That's how we met. We started playing music together, and then we were both songwriters independently before meeting each other. And one day, Andrew brought me pretty much a finished. It was a song that didn't have lyrics or a melody yet, but it was, a guitar progression. It was pretty finished, had, chorus and verses and bridge, and asked, do you want to put something to this? And so I did, and we realized that we were really on the same page with a lot of things, and that we played off each other well, and kind of pushed each other in new directions, which is cool.
That is cool. When did you guys meet, by the way? What was that? Was it through the music circles, or did you meet at like a show, or did you? How did that work?
We met at UMass Amherst in 2008, 2009. Yeah. And
did you both went to school there?
Yep.
Okay.
And so Sierra was in a band, and I knew some of the people in that band, and the guitar player moved away, and so they asked if I wanted to join the band, and then just kind of went from there. It was
and here you are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
In my kitchen. Congratulations.
Beautiful kitchen, by the way.
It is lovely.
Oh, thank you. Yes. I need to. My guitar's in the living room. I should probably hang it up like you guys. You have I like the. And you got the whole. What do they call that with the where your names are? What do they call those things? It's very nice. Behind you, the Sierra.
And Andrew. I don't know. It's just.
I don't know.
Unnamedcolors.com. Your head was blocking the .com. There you go. So that's the website. Unnamedcolors.com. Perfect. There you go. See, that was good that we did that. Where are you guys, by the way?
Where are we?
Yeah, what town?
We're on Plum Island.
You're on Plum Island. Okay, Very nice. That must be a nice place to write and play music, huh?
Yeah. It really is. Very lucky. Take a lot of inspiration from the beach. It's beautiful out here.
Do you ever go out and like write songs on the beach or play for people on the beach, or does most of that happen in here?
I write a lot of lyrics on the beach.
Do you?
So yeah, so every once in a while I'll take a notebook out there, or take a walk and be thinking of lyrics and write it down later. We actually so the band just got together for the first and only time since this whole quarantine thing, and we did a live stream as a full band outside, it was in honor of Plum Fest, which is, a Plum Island music festival that happens every year and had to be canceled this year. But since we live out here, and, we just decided to set up and play anyway.
I actually wasn't even sure. I know we had, last time it was you two. I wasn't even sure how many people we were going to have. Did you guys want to name drop the band a little bit? Just who else is in the band? Just might be nice.
So our drummer is Jay Partlin, and our bassist is Michael Martell, and we're all in Newburyport.
Perfect. What was it like getting back together? Is it? Do you guys have gigs already? By the way, are they starting to come back a little bit here?
We still have some that haven't been canceled yet. So it's as the summer goes on and things start to open up and outdoor venues start to kind of do their thing. We're going to kind of play it by ear and see what happens there. But we've unfortunately had some cancellations this month and stuff like that. But looking forward into the summer, it looks like things are still on as far as we know.
Yeah. It seems like some of the with the restaurants doing the outside thing, it seems like some of them are starting to come back. So hopefully that'll be the case. What was it like? Do you guys? I mean, I know nobody really saw this coming. What was that thought? Was it like when you first saw that things were going to shut down like this? Was it like panic, or was it like, okay, now we need to move in a different direction? Let's figure out the stream. Like, how did you guys handle it? Would you say you handled it well?
I think there was so much up in the air at first, and nobody really seemed to know anything, how long this would last, or what we should do, if music would be able to come back in the near future. So we had that week, we had 2 gigs scheduled that weekend. We had a Friday gig and a Saturday gig, and the Friday one we went and played, and the Saturday one got canceled, and that's kind of when everything hit. And so it was sort of like, all right, well, it looks like this is the direction we're going right now. So.
Yeah. It did feel kind of abrupt. I mean, just how everything, it's amazing how quickly the world can shut down, it's
it really is.
Well, at that point, we kind of saw the writing on the wall that things were gonna, be closing down soon. And we were, that was a show in Boston, and we were, I was a little nervous, like, okay, well, is this gonna happen or not? And obviously it didn't, but that was there was a little bit of panic in there, going back to your original question, but I feel like through the course of it, we've kind of, I don't know, it's not bad being quarantined here with Sierra. The birds.
There's some nice things about it, right?
Yeah. So
we make it fun.
There you go. And you guys have a nice little hobby to go to too, which is always nice as well. Again, we're joined here by Unnamed Colors, Sierra Parkland, and Andrew Agababian, 2 members of Unnamed Colors. They just name dropped the rest of the band, which is nice. Their new album is Be Where I Am. What was the official? When is the is it officially out there to buy right now, or what was the official date?
It is. Yep. As of
June 12th.
It is.
June 12th was the official date. So that was an exciting day. I know you guys I think you had a date set at the, I know one of the canceled gigs, so it's probably a slightly bittersweet subject, but you guys had a release party set that I was going to, I was actually thinking about maybe trying to jump onto, and then I saw it got canceled. But where was that? Was that at the Buren or?
At the Burn in Somerville.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
awesome
which is
room.
very cool.
We love it there. Yeah, it's a great place.
We were excited for that. So, and we had our friends who were going to open for us, Savoir Faire. They're a wonderful band out of Boston, and so we had a great show planned, and we were really excited. But hey, it is what it is. So.
make that one up, will you? You go do that one again someday. You can. It doesn't have to be a release party. It can be like a, it can be just a party.
Yeah, just a party.
That's what we're hoping to do.
Anyway.
Perfect. Exactly. Yeah, no excuses needed. Do you guys want to play another one from the album here?
Yeah.
And I should warn all the musicians these days. I've realized this is if one of the 2 dogs happens to decide to bark, I will run out of the way and handle it. Just keep playing.
That's okay. Again, we usually have birds in the background, so we can just pretend we're outside.
We're used to it.
Yes, I will run. So far, so good, but I always like to, you never know with these guys.
All right. So this one is called Instrument. One little girl, an instrument of charm, propelling the world into big open arms. She must have cried out. She was only a child now. We cradle the shell of a sad little boy to embody our doubt. Can we learn to reconcile the pieces that rearrange to create a soul?
and every space that makes us whole. A cloud full of storms, and the seasons will change. We are shelter, your home. Hold up when it rains. How many lights burned out today? What can we learn from the ones who went astray? Turn on our own, who'll be left to raise their eyes to the sky for us. Eyes to the sky for us, to reconcile the pieces that rearrange to create a soul. And every space that makes us whole. Who knew your life could be greater than anything you ever thought to hope for? And under the light, years just flicker by and play us out for the instruments we are. Away from you're gone. We'll reconcile the pieces that we arrange to create a soul. And every space, and every space, and every space that makes us whole.
Nicely done. Very nice. Sierra Parkland and Andrea Gababian of Unnamed Colors. That's another one off their new album, Be Where I Am. Sierra sounding great as always.
Thanks so much.
You too, Andrea. I remember having you guys in the studio. Do you guys remember when that was? I didn't look back. Do you remember how long ago?
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't.
have no sense of time.
Yeah,
I don't have any sense of time these days.
Who does? It's quarantine.
I don't know.
Who has sense of time in quarantine? I can't remember either. It was great having you guys in studio, but I will say, Andrew, we were kind of laughing off the show about the technology thing and wanted to make sure you got it right. You have gotten it right. It sounds great. So very
great.
good job.
Thank you. Yeah,
It's,
normally when we do the live stream thing, I try to do an amp and mic that and play electric guitar because that's really, I mean, I don't really play acoustic guitar ever, but for this thing, it worked. This was the better sound, so we want.
It does. I've seen. You've probably seen it too. Like some like really big name artists you would think would have like all like the help in the world for them. Like apparently not, because some of them are like really struggling. Like is the camera on? Like it does. How is it working out? There are people out there. Okay, we sure? It's very like some of these big name artists even are really struggling with it. It's been kind of funny to see. So we're all learning on the fly, I guess.
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
The thing that stands out to me a lot when watching like the professionals is, I pay a lot of attention to the guitar players and when they switch guitars and stuff like that. And like, something as simple as plugging it in before you start playing it again. And, a lot of times it's acoustic, but that's still going out into the world. So you have to have it plugged in or it's not going to sound the same. And I don't know, seeing them have to navigate this, whereas in the live show, they're just handed a guitar and off you go and everything is expected to work. But I don't know.
It's so funny you say that. I saw one of the Dave Matthews streams, and he's doing it by himself. He's got like the 4 guitars behind him, and he mentioned exactly that. He said, "You see this chord right here? Every time I finish a song, I put it on the microphone because if I don't,
watching the same live stream.
Yeah, we watched.
You were watching it too, yeah. It was too funny. Oh, geez, sorry about that. I thought that was off. Who knows better to call me during the show? Come on now. I feel like that happens once a show to me. I think it's becoming like part of the show now, a little bit of a shtick. But no, it's been very funny, and it's great to see all these artists. It's kind of makes them feel like I don't know. I can relate to that sort of stuff, like forgetting to plug something in or not knowing how to work the camera. My wife taught me how to do this stuff here, so she's been on a lot of these shows. She couldn't make today. She actually apologized, but she'll watch it. She'll watch it on the other side, which is good. Again, Unnamed Colors joining us here. Sierra Parkman and Andrew Agababian. Be Where I Am is the album. You've heard a couple songs off it here already. You guys want to do a little rapid fire? I think we've done this with you before, but it's been a while. So you ready to go?
Oh, boy. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
I don't care who answers first. You two, you can play music together. You can figure out how to answer. You can have different answers, but you know. All right. Favorite musician for each one of you?
That's a tough one.
Favorite musician? Oh, geez.
There's no way we can answer that. I'm sorry. There's so many.
I might come back to it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll come back. Come back to it.
Favorite concert you've ever been to?
I don't remember the year, but I think it was around 2001. I saw Tool at it wasn't the Garden at that point, I don't think, but in Boston at what is now the Garden.
Yeah, okay. Probably the 2001 was probably, is it Fleet Center days? I don't even know.
I think, yeah, that sounds right. I think you're right.
How about you, Sierra?
Oh, I don't know. I'm really bad at these superlative questions.
Sierra does not like the rapid fire. No, just kidding.
I'm failing rapid fire. I'm sorry.
Failing rapid fire. Here you go, Sierra. You got this one. I know you got this one. Favorite show in quarantine. Everybody's been watching shows, right? How are you passing the time?
That's a good one.
Oh, what's a good show that we've watched? My mind goes blank with these. I swear, it's really bad. Yeah, we watched a show called The Leftovers.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's good.
It's good.
It's interesting, thought provoking.
It's on HBO.
Okay.
It's only 3 seasons, so it's like not a super big commitment, but.
And we watched Undone too. That was.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Okay, I should write those down. I'm looking for more suggestions. Good. We'll get off the music one. How about favorite movie of all time?
Oh, for me, Nightmare Before Christmas, hands down.
Interesting. Okay. Hands down. All right.
Yeah, that's always an easy one. I don't know.
I'm done with this too.
I'm kind of liking the Sierra can't answer theme. We'll keep rolling.
Yeah, you're killing me, Drew.
Are you over 3 now?
I think it's pretty funny. Favorite food?
Chocolate. There we go.
Chocolate.
Bread. Kind of any carbohydrate, but I like bread a lot, so that's.
We're really healthy people.
Nice chocolate and bread for dinner. Fantastic. And all right, here's a good one for the musician. I know every musician seems to have a story. It tends to lead to a good story for me. But what is the toughest crowd you've ever played for? Like the toughest room? Like every musician's had those nights where just either things don't work out or it's a weird crowd or I don't know, whatever.
So I think one of the strangest shows that we've played as a duo is when we were first starting out, and we played out in Western Mass, and I think it was like Palmer. It was a small town, and it turned out that we opened for a Motley Crue tribute band. And it was kind of like a biker bar, pull off on the side of the highway sort of stop. So just we it was we love performing and we're open to anything, but that was probably
well, and this was the duo, so this was
it was just the duo,
vocals and
pretty low key,
simple guitar and the band. Okay, we could get a little wild, but opening for a Motley Crue cover band was.
It was just kind of a weird mix.
Very weird.
That is an awesome answer. Yes. Who booked that show, might I ask?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that was back when like Craigslist was a way that you could get booked for things, and we were kind of starting like, all right, let's try out this new place.
Very interesting. Well, so that was, yes, I can imagine that being a very interesting show. Okay. Well, that is fascinating. Well, I hope you guys are doing all right out there. It seems like the album's been very well received so far, and these songs sound great here in the live version of it. Why don't you tell people how they can get it? All the options to go grab this album.
Yeah. So, probably the easiest, most direct way is on our website, unnamedcolors.com.
Right behind Andrew's head there. There it is.
But it's also available on all the streaming platforms, anywhere you find music. So pick your favorite and check it out.
Awesome. What is as we move towards the end here, what is like the whole process been like? You said it's kind of like your first real official album here. What's the whole process been like? Has it been a lot of it's probably all these things, but like, a lot of hard work, really rewarding? Like what's kind of the describing words you choose?
It's definitely, I think it's been a learning experience for all of us. And it's been, it's been a lot of work, but it has been rewarding. And I think that we've really kind of come into a more solid identity as a band because of going through this process together and kind of rallying around this concept. It's been great.
Were you guys doing was it like one take and done on a lot of these songs, or is it like, because I don't really know how the studio works. Are you taking is it a dozen shots at this and you know what, we don't quite have it right yet, again? How does that work?
I think that there are so many different ways to record an album. Everyone goes about it completely differently. So one person's experience may be completely different, but for us, we kind of laid down a bunch of takes initially, and then kind of built from there, and discovered what we liked, and then we added layers later on. We kind of filled out the parts. There's harmonies on there, and some extra cool guitar layers and things like that. So we really kind of got into arranging more, and it's cool to have it and listen back and be able to work with it throughout the process and build on it.
And the biggest thing is that everybody did their homework. They did all the work that they needed to before we got in. So, there weren't moments where it was like, oh man, we have to go and do this 900 times. It was everybody was practiced and ready to go. And, it's definitely a different experience being in a studio than just going out and playing a live show or whatever it is. But, we were ready.
Are you saying, Andrew, that you've been in bands where maybe a band member did not do the homework beforehand? Is that what you're saying? That's shocking.
Never.
Too funny. Final question from me. What's the better process for you? What did you enjoy better? Being in the studio recording an album or being out playing for people?
They're just so different.
Yeah.
Being the first album, I think we're psyched to have something to, because we've played so many live shows, and a lot of people are always like, where can I find you? Where can I find your music? Do you have a CD? That kind of thing. And now we do, and that's going to be really nice to give them something to go home with. But, I love the live show. I love getting out there and just, playing loud guitar and have the band behind me and Sierra next to me and all that. And it's great.
Awesome. Well, people get out to see Unnamed Colors, and it's great, obviously great to listen to, as you've heard here a little bit today. And make sure you get the album as well. Be Where I Am. You just heard all the platforms you can get it on. It is not hard in the age of the internet. So go get that album. Sierra Parkland and Andrew Agababian, Unnamed Colors. Did you guys want to play one more? You want to play us out, or?
Yeah, sure.
Do one more? All right.
Yeah.
And sounding great. Again, Andrew, excellent job with the live stream too. This is always great when it pays off this way.
All right.
And, all right.
What do you want to play?
Sierra Parkland, Andrew Agababian, Unnamed Colors. Thank you guys so much. This has been fun.
having us.
And go get the new album. Take it away, guys. Sierra sounding great there on the vocals.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. We're glad to be back and glad to see you're doing well.
We'll do it in person again someday, I promise.
Yeah, I really hope so.
It's nice to see you virtually, though.
All right, this one's called Come Play With Me. This is your time to say anything you feel like. Doesn't have to be heavy rain. If I could climb the highest turrets of your castle, would I feel that torrent slap my face? And that space between us is marking the fine lines. Let it breathe, and you take your steps and feel the water rise. It's pouring and drenched. Come play with me. Spend the day building rockets made of driftwood. Washed up feelings wash away. Leap across shivering splintered streets of soft light. You and me, we're gonna rattle tracks someday. And that space between us is marking the fine lines. Let it breathe, and you take your steps and feel the water rise. It's pouring, I'm drenched. Come play with me. Oh, oh. Oh, come play with me. Feel the water rise. That space between us is marking the fine lines. Let it breathe, and you take your steps and feel the water rise. It's pouring, I'm drenched. Come play with me. Oh, 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 come play with me. Come play with me.
Nicely done. Yeah, I want you guys to see something really quickly. Come here. Come here, buddy. This guy sat here the whole show and listened to you guys. Come here. Come on. I want you to see the pop. Come on. Come on. Come here. There he is. This guy listened to the whole show.
Hi, Bob.
He was very well behaved. Good job, buddy.
Oh, he's a cutie. What kind of dog is he?
What kind? I don't know. He's a something. I'm not sure. He's a mix of. He's probably got a little pit bull to him, but he sat there. I kept watching him because I think he was enjoying all the music. So that is fantastic. Unnamed Colors, Sierra, Andrew, thank you guys. Be well, be safe. Great luck with the album. I know it's going to be a big hit. So, and you sound great here virtually, and we'll see you soon in person. All right.
Thank you so much, Drew.
Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, guys. Be good.